welcome to this very special NuernbergMesse podcast. I'm your host, Shonakshi Chakravarty, and today in this conversation, in this podcast, we are discussing all things related to the woodworking industry, to the woodworking machinery industry in India with an industry leader. Now, if you've been following our podcast, you know that this is the one-stop platform where we discuss all things related to several industries from industry leaders and experts themselves. They give us the insights and we take away all those key highlights from them from this conversation. And in one such conversation today, we are with Mr. Sayeed Ahmed, who is the CEO of BIESSE India. Mr. Ahmed is somebody who has over 35 years of work experience, and it is his strategic thinking, it is his expertise that has helped grow BIESSE in India. And BIESSE India has grown exponentially in the country, and we will of course be discussing more about that. But I would first like to welcome Mr. Ahmed. So thank you very much for agreeing to do this, for giving us the time. Are you ready to talk all things wood with us?
Sure, Sonakshi. We are thankful, for giving us this opportunity.
All
It's a
right,
pleasure.
Mr. Ahmed. So let's dive right in. Let's begin by asking you the BIESSE story. Your time at BIESSE India, how has it been so far?
Very interesting and exciting years, since we started BSA in 2007. And BSA, we started with the motto of selling in India, looking at the potential that India is very highly unorganized and without mechanization, a lot of work that being done manually. And when we started, we thought, we will be doing the machines and products required for India. And as the years progressed, we were excited to see the market growing with us very exponentially. And not just that, India offered, the competencies and skill that was available here. We found that it's a great opportunity for us to make India as an export hub. And over the years, we started in India, not just looking at the competitive labor cost here. We never looked at India as a cheap labor. We looked at India as a place with a lot of intellectual potential that is there. And at different areas, different functions, we want to leverage that. So not just manufacturing, very much from the beginning, we started designing the products here. So we passed on the technology for the people, from various in India for designing the products. The technical competencies were there, and so very highly skilled manpower. We took India as a knowledge center. We built it as a knowledge center, and very soon we started exporting to from India. So today, as we sit here, we have seen a growth of in the last 4 years. Our CAGR has been over 14-15%, and on, and we expanded geographically worldwide to 80 countries, and today we export nearly 80% of our output, and nearly about 10,000. Very soon we will be completing, doing 10,000 machine in export itself. Building the machine, last year we completed 10,000 machines. And we are exporting machines that have been designed here, everything made in India. We have a vertically integrated manufacturing setup, and we are exporting machines to developed countries in Western Europe, Northern Americas, and here in the Asia Pacific. We are always very proud to say that very long ago, before the Made in India started, we were there, make in India through Made in India products.
So we will, of course, come back to more Made in India products and we'll discuss that. But as for our audience, for the benefit of our viewers as well, we are sitting at your very beautiful office and facility here in the city of near the city of Bengaluru in the state of Karnataka. It's a beautiful space, and as you can tell, BIESSE, an Italian company founded in 1969. Mr. Ahmed has been with BIESSE associated since 2008, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So, Mr. Sayeed, I would then begin by really asking you that as an Italian company in India, what were some of the hardships or challenges that you would have faced, and how did you manage to address those challenges?
When we see about India and being a European country, we see twin challenges. Being a European manufacturer, twin challenges that Indian customer does invest products on products which are sophisticated, which are costly, but Indian customer wants a value addition and looks at the return on investment. That's how the price sensitivity is coming. And second is Indian customer needs to be educated to select the right kind of products.
Right.
The product configuration on optional that is required needs to be educated so that we give him a business solution for his requirement. So these were the two things. So when it comes to the really giving him a cost competitive product, we design most of the products that is required for Indian customers. Almost 85% of the products required are designed and manufactured here. So we have a vertically integrated manufacturing facility. So for us, we are able to produce products at a very cost competitive price. And we have a very skilled manpower for sales and service support. So for other, higher end products which we get from Italy, from our parent company, we are able to install those machines, service, train the customer, and offer post installation service support at a very nominal price for the customers. So this is something where we are able to manage on the cost sensitive part of this. Second is a little bit of premium, compared to the other Asian manufacturers. Our customer is to give. It is still worth, because the customer will look at the reliability and the long-term service support that we are offering to the customer. Then the second thing, that is really required for the customer is offering the configuration. Here where we are sitting is at the technology center. We have almost all the wide range of products, and the customer is able to come to our center, touch and see the products that is required, experiment with whatever solution they want to do it. And we give the training to the customers here, to their customers. Full-fledged training is given. And finally, we have a mobile app for the customers, where we empower them to manage their machines and processes.
Right. Speaking of processes and the whole ecosystem, as you just kind of described it to us, I would also then want to understand that what is the current market size in your analysis? What is the future that you see of this market size?
Yeah. We are mostly catering to the mid segment and for the panel processing industry. If I look into the secondary process there, uh, India is still, there is no any reliable data for the industry, because the industry is new and generating. I could put a number of about, for our segment, about 750 crores, I can put that as a number. And we look as a very bright future, is a star segment that is growing in India. Overall, across all the segments in the woodworking, it is growing. In the coming years, we see that more and more Indian entrepreneurs will move in for bigger industries, larger volume of production, and definitely people will ask for more automation, more kind of productivity. We see a good potential for future growth in India.
Okay. And speaking of growth in India, what are some of your best sellers in the Indian market, if I may ask? And what is the reason for its success? And also, what innovations in woodworking machinery do you foresee having the most impact on the Indian market in, let's say, the next 5 years?
Yeah, see, here in India, we design and produce the automatic edge banding machines. We make the CNC pod and rail as well as the flatbed machines, and then we make the beams or CNC beams. These are our best sellers, and these are the machines which we produce and we sell in India, and not even here. They are widely accepted worldwide. And with these three products, more or less, we are able to give them a complete solution for their requirement when someone is setting up a factory, particularly in a mid segment at that. In the coming years, we see that more and more machines, which are intelligent, machines that could be networked together, machines, where we are able to do remote diagnostics of the machines and offer them maintenance solution. The machines, where a lot of data could be generated and we can give them predictive analysis. More of digitization could be done in Indian factories. Even small scale industries should also be able to get into the smart manufacturing in the future. And we see higher end machine, multi-axis machine, where complicated processes, complicated shapes, could be processed easily. These are the future machines that could be there for Indian market, which is already there in the Western countries.
Okay.
And digitization and machine. Then we have the IoT platform, which is well known, an award-winning platform called Sophia, where people are able to order parts on that platform. And this platform is also offering solution remote diagnostics and this, and creating for us a kind of a data bank, which through which we are able to look into what are the issues, and we are able to do more of a predictive analysis.
Right.
More of sophistication will be there more in operations as well as in the products.
Okay. And also then when it comes to BSA India specifically, what are some of the skill building measures that you're taking at your company? What are some of the initiatives that you can speak about to us?
Yeah, BSA right from beginning, saw to it that in India, skill building is very important for a country where the economy is growing and industrialization is growing, and not even that, the more and more infrastructure is growing on the sophisticated machine. Skilling, upskilling, reskilling is something which is very important. Way back in 2007, we started with offering a Rover A machine to IWST in India, and probably that was the first machine that was put, a CNC machine put in a training center. And after that, we are under our CSR initiatives, and again in IWST we put an edge banding machine, a beam saw, and a lot of stations for offering the training in the software, a complete infrastructure where 1 year advance woodworking training diploma could be done. Thereafter, we took it as a mission for us to do skilling in India. And at Ghaziabad, in KIT, Krishna Institute of Engineering and Technology, we set up a similar advanced woodworking training center. And in Faridabad, in Hetich Podar Woodworking Institute, we have set up again, collaborated with them for setting up a training center. I should say we are very happy in IWST in Bangalore. More than 3,000 people in short-term and long-term courses have been done. We are proud to say that people from Naval Dockyard, Mezakan Dock, people from MEG, even foreign nationals have been trained there, and almost everyone have got employment both in India and abroad, and some of them have become successful entrepreneurs also.
So, Mr. Sayeed, then I would also like to ask you about what is the manufacturing output here in India for BSA, and also which countries do you export to, and if you can give us an overall view as to how do you manage service and support in a vast country like India.
Yeah, we do presently, we are doing about 1,500 machines in India, and in these, we are always proud to say this number: 80% we export to 80 countries worldwide. And so most of the machines that are going have been designed, and almost everything is done here. We have a very vertically integrated manufacturing facility in another place at close to Makali, a large facility. And from there, what's happening is really the product that is done is actually going to a lot of developed countries like North American countries, Western Europe, and Asia Pacific. These are our biggest markets. And of course, Middle East is also a market for us. Western Europe is our biggest market, followed by India itself.
Okay. So speaking of markets, then what is the difference for you, or do you see any stark difference between the Indian market vis-a-vis the other South Asian markets and big economies like China and Sri Lanka and Myanmar when it comes to the woodworking industry?
See, when we talk about the subcontinent itself, a subcontinent where the distinction is by a huge population and diversity and the opportunities that are there. So it is very unorganized. It is coming. A lot of manual work is there in the subcontinent. There are huge opportunities, and still, very low entry level machines are there. There are new entrepreneurs who are going in for automatic machine, and tier 1, tier 2 cities, the next tier 3 cities are also coming in. So we are still catering to the local market. But when we talk about China, when we talk about ASEAN countries, there the per capita consumption of furniture is much, much more than what is there in India. And they are more export oriented, and they have machines which are more high productive, large volumes, high level of automation is there in those countries, and they're exporting a lot. Lot. India has got a potential, to become a exporter. Today, we are a net importer of furniture in India, and low value added products we are exporting it. More and more entrepreneurs are setting up a bigger base for manufacturing and also producing quality products in India.
Right.
So there is an opportunity for India also to look at the export market.
Okay. And also now moving to a slightly different path, but a very different, a significant question. In today's day and age, we all know that technology is playing a huge role when it comes to our lives. Our daily lives starts with technology and ends with technology. So for companies and MNCs and globally, we are seeing that businesses are adapting to new technologies every day. And because of this, there are key innovations also taking place. So I would like to ask you then, how is BSA India adapting to this drive, to this change that technology is bringing, and how is it really influencing your business or impacting your business?
See, innovation is among one of our key values. So every year we also have, two or three different products that is being developed. First thing, we have established a very strong technical team in India, where we have got competent engineers who are there managing design of mechanical, automation, electrical, everything. We manage the engineering, BOM, and documentation. So it's a thorough, and also we do our own prototype testing here. So we are the technology transfer, technology support is there from Italy, but a very high level of competency we have developed in India, so that we are able to develop the products that is required for India as well as for the APAC market in the mid segment. So always we are looking at foreseeing what is required in the next 3 years. So we foresee that there is always products that are there in hand that is being produced very soon. We raise the curtain on more new products that is going to be there. We manage the product life cycle in a very structured manner, and product development itself is taken in a very highly structured way, right from the business plan right up to prototype validation, doing the beta testing, everything. Technology acquisition in India is very fast. India is also a Bangalore particularly is a hub for global competency centers.
Right.
We are leveraging that, and not just that, we even support our counterparts in Italy for R&D activities.
And you also mentioned about how the Indian market vis-a-vis the other markets, the South Asian markets, has been for you. But if I were to specifically ask you that India is a cost competitive country, how does BSA India plan on keeping up with this price factor? If you can elaborate a little bit on that, and also what are the new products that BSA is planning to come up and new investment plans? So really the price sensitivity and your future investments, if you can
A
elaborate.
little bit to certain extent, it is a very misnomer to say that India is a very price sensitive market when it comes to capital investment.
Okay.
So today, looking at the growth story of India, that is all being talked all around the world. So even the Indian entrepreneurs are looking at about the future growth in the country and of their own business. So when they want to make an investment decision in capital equipment, so customers more look at about is the value addition that I am getting, and what is the kind of technology that is being offered, not just today but as well as for the future. They are more than price sensitive. They are, I should say, they are sensitive for return on investment and value addition, long term reliability of the product, and what is going to be the cost over the life of the product. When we offer a European product, which could be little bit costly compared to the other Asian products, but we offer a product which can last long. The operating cost could be much less, and if you calculate the cost over the life of the product, then it makes a wiser decision to buy product which is reliable and having a longer
Right.
life. So
Okay.
this is how, and then new products are always there. Every year there are 3-4 products which we are designing and upgrading ourselves. Very soon we are going to come out with our new products. It's too early for me to tell on this forum. Then second is in BSA has grown thanks to the local environment and the business environment that is there here, and the competencies that is available. I will always talk about the intellectual power that is there in India rather than the infrastructure. So BSA anyway is going to invest more on the infrastructure in India to expand, enhance our production, and not just for India as well as geographical growth across more. So we have for the next few years we are going to spend more on the infrastructure, enhancing the infrastructure, as well as the capabilities and different functions, which we can say that we are looking at developing our own center of excellence for various areas on the design, on the IT and service support from India.
Right. Mr. Saeed, my last couple of questions before we conclude this podcast. Uh, when it comes to being sustainable, when it comes to being responsible, it is a subject, it is a topic, it is a debate, not just in India, but universally. Globally, companies and businesses are taking the pledge to become more responsible, to become more sustainable. At BSE India and at BSA overall, how are you planning to tackle environmental concerns, and have you as a company, as a business, taken any pledge when it comes to being more responsible and more sustainable?
Yeah, as you rightly said, Sonakshi, ESG is something which has become very important for the corporate. It has become a responsibility, a moral responsibility for all of us, and it is being driven from our board of directors itself. And one thing, as you see here, today, right now, we are being audited for certification under ISO 45001, ISO 14001. That itself, reflects our commitment towards environment and social responsibility. So we are being audited for that. See, we look at different stages. The product that we are making, we give it to the customer as a green pack product. So the product itself is made with minimum optimum materials, a very efficient product, so that the sustainability is carried on with our customers' place. So the energy, it's a very energy efficient product that we are giving it at level. In the manufacturing process, as I earlier said, we have a vertically integrated manufacturing facility, which means to say, we are almost minimizing a lot of logistic cost there, because everything is made under one roof, and we have very less of movement. We spend less on the transport. And our facility that is there, both here as well as in Makali, that large facility, it's a zero discharge facility. And we have a very comprehensive system for rainwater harvesting, and all the waste that is generated by the canteens are composted. The STP waste are all aggregated, and we use it for gardening. We are invested heavily in the DG set, to ensure the emissions are minimum. Same way in the powder coating and the painting area, the investment is more focused on minimizing the emissions, which are even much better than the standards that is set by the government. So that way, we are doing it. Then coming to our own role in the society, we have a top leadership team which is really looking at initiative that we have to take on sustainability. And we drive through our CSR activities, developing institutes, for the skill development of the people around our area. We have established, renovated a lot of schools and colleges with modern computer labs, science labs in the classrooms, modernization of the police stations across. Then we take the activities of tree plantation, providing drinking water facilities, more of the other things in the society around us.
Okay, so that clearly talks a lot about how, as a company, as a business, you're not just focusing on your figures and your numbers, but also the environment,
Sure,
and
yeah.
looking at becoming more sustainable. Mr. Saeed, when it comes to some success stories, every company, every business has a success story to share, and many. If you could please kindly share one with us, maybe a client who has benefited from your machinery and from your woodworking solutions.
Yes, Sonakshi. So there are a lot of people are there, customers who have done. It was nice to see them grow, and not just in India but across the world. One thing that we can really remarkably, I should talk it, is about Featherlight. It is a good brand across the country doing the furniture, because they were the one of the first people. They started buying high tech machines from BSA way back when this was unknown, and even BSA didn't had an office in India, and we had office in Singapore. And at that point of time, Featherlight started investing with equipment in of BSA. And today, Featherlight has grown a lot, and having retail outlets and in the entire country, and not even here, exporting into in APAC, have a good presence in APAC, and they have grown a lot. This is one of the good story which started at a very initial stages where mechanized woodworking was unknown in India.
Right. So, success story there of BIESSE India. And my last question before we sign off. We all are looking forward to IndiaWood, a platform that connects industry leaders and stalwarts like yourself. I would like to understand and hear from you your thoughts on IndiaWood as a platform, and for the IndiaWood team and for NuernbergMesse for putting all of this together.
First of all, thank you, for your team, that you are bringing on a single platform, all the people together. And as we say, this is a star industry that is growing. And we need the people to understand what are the technologies. I see every day, every year, wood is giving surprises with so many new technologies being there and so many new products that is being coming from woodworking industry. So we are really excited. We look ahead on this. A lot of learning also from us to look around all the other manufacturers who are going to come and show, and for us, to showcase our new products. That will be a curtain raiser for some of the new products that we are going to do.
So you're not going to tell us now about it? No sneak peek?
I think let us wait. It's just a few minutes ahead.
Okay. All right. So with that, we will conclude this podcast with Mr. Sayeed Ahmed. He is the CEO of BIESSE in India. And like I mentioned in my introduction, this is the platform where we speak to all industry stalwarts and experts who share not just insights into the industry, but also with their expertise help us understand the future of that particular industry and sector. And Mr. Sayeed Ahmed has very well described not just the Indian woodworking market, but also the future of it, alongside many other things that we've discussed. And I would like to thank you for your time, for taking the time out to do this podcast. So thank you, Mr. Sayeed Ahmed.
Thank you so much. It was a great opportunity.
Thank you very much.